India's current child protection laws draw a harsh, uncompromising line. Under the law, any intimate relationship involving someone under 18 is automatically classified as a severe criminal offense, regardless of mutual consent. The penalties are heavy. The Protection of Children from Sexual Offenses Act, or POCSTO, along with the new criminal code, mandate minimum prison sentences ranging from 10 to 20 years. While these punishments were drafted to isolate violent predators, in practice they are pulling high school couples into the criminal justice system. Data from the Vitti Center for Legal Policy highlights the scale of this friction. 80.2% of romantic POCSTO cases are actually initiated by the teenager's own parents or relatives. Families are frequently using the law as a tool of social control. When they discover a relationship or an elopement they disapprove of, relatives invoke these strict statutes to break the couple apart. A legal framework built to shield minors from harm is being used as a blunt weapon. It is derailing adolescent lives, and it is filling the courts with cases involving consensual peers rather than predators. Biology helps explain this. In an adolescent brain, the limbic system, driving reward-seeking impulses, activates years before the prefrontal cortex handles judgment. International guidelines recognize these evolving capacities, advocating for counseling during these years, rather than the isolation of a prison cell. Other nations account for this by writing close-in-age exemptions into their statutes, which decriminalize non-exploitative relationships between people of similar ages. Faced with the rising number of these romantic cases, the Supreme Court of India recently issued a clear mandate. They ordered the government to find ways to stop treating adolescent love as a criminal offense. Addressing this requires the state to reevaluate how it views adolescent growth, moving beyond a purely punitive approach to child protection. In a direct response to the court, the central government announced a nationwide move: the implementation of comprehensive sex education in every school and college in India. To build the framework, the government formed a 26-member national expert committee. Their task is to create a curriculum that prepares students for the challenges mentioned in the National Education Policy 2020. For primary school children, the lessons begin with the basics of safety. Students will be taught how to identify safe versus unsafe touch and how to advocate for their own physical boundaries. We are already seeing this roll out in major cities. Delhi's chief minister recently ordered mandatory awareness sessions on good touch and bad touch across thousands of schools. As students reach adolescence, the topics become more nuanced. The curriculum is designed to provide scientifically accurate information on puberty, online safety, healthy relationships, and the legal meaning of consent. The committee suggests these sessions become a standard part of the week. They recommend mandatory classes lasting 15 to 20 minutes, held twice weekly and led by trained teachers. This shifts the state's role from reactive punishment to proactive guidance. It is an attempt to give teenagers the information they need to navigate their own development safely. However, educating students is only half of the solution. The system will continue to struggle if adults do not understand how teenagers grow and develop. To address this, the expert committee recommended special awareness meetings for parents, guardians, and teachers. These sessions explain adolescent milestones to the community. The goal is to show that providing information is a safety measure, not a way to encourage activity. By educating parents, the government hopes to reduce the knee-jerk reaction of filing criminal complaints against teenagers for age-appropriate consensual behavior. A functional protection system relies on the community aligning with biological reality, rather than treating every teenage relationship as a legal crisis. A justice system that relies solely on incarceration ultimately fails the young people it was designed to protect. This reform is designed to help law enforcement focus on real threats. By screening out peer relationships through better education and judicial guidelines, authorities could redirect their attention toward prosecuting predatory child abuse. Providing accurate information also addresses the myths and taboos that often prevent victims of actual abuse from coming forward. The core idea behind this historic change is that keeping children in the dark does not keep them safe. Awareness is a prerequisite for protection. Lasting child protection relies on empowering youth with the knowledge to recognize their own boundaries and respect those of others as they grow.